Hi, so I'm Mishan Rathan. I am one of the co-founders and the CMO at Rentoza.
So my name is Chris Govender. I'm a co-founder and COO of Rentoza.
Rentoza is South Africa's first subscription platform for electronics and appliances. You can come to us and you can subscribe to any electronic product you want. So we've got a multitude of electronics, even your household appliances we've got on our site. We believe that people need access to these products. You know, these are not sort of luxuries any longer. These products are essentials for you to live a prosperous life. We decided to try and solve this for everyone in South Africa because, I mean, as founders, we also face the same thing. You know, you always want these beautiful things, you want the latest technology, and stuff is expensive, let's be honest, right? So we got together, we found a model that we thought could work, we started testing it, and we've gotten to a point where it really does work. That's basically what we do in a nutshell. We provide access to these products with flexible terms and at affordable rates.
The fact that Rentoza was once a rental marketplace where we leveraged the shared economy to create equal value for supplier and customer.
So what we see now at Rentoza is sort of the sort of third iteration of the business. We've pivoted quite a bit. But the first iteration of the business was a pure rental marketplace. That's what we started, and we were trying to connect consumers and suppliers with the latent or lazy assets, as we used to call them, in the market. And you could come on and request a microwave, for example, and somebody else would have supplied the product into our platform, and we would have just been the conduit between the two.
It was an on-demand approach. And the milestone, I think, is in the pivot that we went through or experienced in 2020.
We looked at it and we said, okay, we need to evolve a little bit. You know, the consumer experience is still not where we want it to be. We're still not solving the actual problem that we wanted to, you know, because there are marketplaces that exist. There are things, and yes, terms are different and all of that kind of stuff. But really, if we want to change the landscape in the market, how do we do this differently? How do we make this a complete non-ownership model? So that's when we moved into subscription, and that's where Rentoza sits now, and this is where our future is going to be. So we actually now supply all the product. We understand the value chain, we manage logistics, we manage the consumer experience, and we've evolved our interaction. So whether it be over the phone or via your help desk, or even even on the website, of course. I mean, the experience has changed so much, and we've really built a business that is consumer-facing with the consumer in mind, in the way that they can sort of understand our model and get access to these products quite easily. And we've grown this business from strength to strength since we moved in that space. So we've actually changed the dynamic of this business in the last 12 months. Since we moved to this or pivoted to this new model, the subscription model. And what we've got is tremendous growth. What we saw is this growth happening constantly over the last year. And what it's done for our business is not only been just good business and increase in revenues, but we've managed to also bring along a massive cohort of people with us. So we started as 4 of us, and sort of 1 extra person is the core team. And we've grown to about 35 people now, at my last count, with a few more interviews happening currently for us to expand the business even further. So COVID's been terrible, of course. When it first started, we were quite worried. You know, we didn't know what was going to happen, but we sort of thought, hey, you know, there's going to be an opportunity here. People working from home, there's going to be a bit of a demand for our business. And the way we looked at it is in every sort of situation like this, there's always an opportunity. And I think us recognizing that, it accelerates our business. So what COVID actually did is that it forced people to change their behavior, which is what we're trying to do with our model. And people were sort of scurrying around frantically trying to find equipment and things that they needed to work from home effectively and continue their lives. That's the beautiful thing about our business and what's happened in the last few years, is that there's been these sort of serendipitous moments. And I think COVID, for all the bad things that have happened during this time, it actually was something that helped our business scale and grow.
You know, the founders of Rentoza believe that the global trend is access over ownership, and it led us to building you know, a product where we could afford this sort of access to our customers.
So the Level Up journey has been interesting. As I said, you know, we were part of the SBC Startup Bootcamp cohort in 2019, and this is where we sort of met the people from RCS, and the Level Up program started then. We've met some really, really interesting and amazing people in this journey, people that are actually really interested in what we do and believe in our business. That I think was probably the best thing that started off this relationship. It's been interesting for them to not tell us, hey, listen, this is what we can do. It's more about, hey, what is your business trying to do? You know, like, how do we assist you? How do we grow together? How do we help you close the gaps here, there, and everywhere? And I think that's been something we really appreciated over the last 2 years, which we've been dealing with the Level Up program.
Programs like Level Up afford you the exposure to, you know, key decision makers to almost fast track your growth.
It's helped us mold our thinking in terms of how we want to move our business going forward, in terms of things like people. You know, it's a big piece of how we look at it. How do we get the right people in place? Do we, you know, the right thinking, the right sort of levers that we need to pull within our business to accelerate this business and grow it to where we need to grow it, you know. So it's always a journey and we're constantly learning, but it's nice to get a perspective from somewhere else and guys that have done it before, you know. So it gives us the ability to go to tried and tested people and go, hey, actually this is what we're thinking. And sometimes, you know, working together with people like this really works out, sometimes it doesn't. And fortunately it's worked out nicely for us. So businesses that want to work with RCS in the future, I think they've got a really interesting innovation department. The guy we were dealing with, Rudy Visser, bless his soul, shame he passed away due to COVID, which is tragic. But hopefully they have those kind of people to take over from Rudy and the thinking that they have, because if that's what RCS is about in the innovation space, they're willing to look at any business and ensure that they can break your business down and help you build it in the right way and be relevant in the space, right? And not just relevant, look at what's happening around you and help you evolve your business. So I think it's great having a really focused innovation division in a business like that to sit with you and really understand your business and take it forward. Rentoza is going to be one of the biggest consumer brands in this country in the next few years. We have a vision and a mission, and we're obviously going to act on that. What the big thing for us is not just about growing this business, but in parallel changing behavior. We're not just trying to start a business just to make money. We're trying to really change the way people do things, because it's going to benefit everybody. You know, like, people want access to the best technology. You want to use things in different ways. You don't want to be burdened with these huge financial burdens. You don't want to be burdened with assets that you can't utilize after a year or two, because technology has sort of passed you by, you know, and you need the best and the latest and the newest stuff, because as we've seen, the adoption of technology now in the last 2 years has escalated. I think Rentoza's big thing is to actually land in the minds of people that, guys, there's a different way of doing things here in South Africa now, and we're introducing this. So follow us, stay with our journey, and go and subscribe to something on the platform, and you'll see how it can benefit your life and how things can be changed. We've seen tremendous growth over the last 12 months since we pivoted to this new model. Escalating growth, and we've gone from sort of 4 people. Now, at my final count, I think it was 35 people, and still growing. And what that's done, it's also allowed us to sort of expand the business, but it's forced us to now move into a new space. So we went from 12 months ago to a 40 square meter office, and we're sitting here now having a discussion in a 400 square meter office to accommodate not just the people in our business now, but the growth that we're going to see over the next year as well. So we've seen a 10x growth in the space that we're in, and probably more in the growth of the business as well.